Hello everybody, and today we're going over every single thing that was added in the new Doors the Content update that came out just a few days ago. We'll be going over everything from new rooms, items, all the way to super rare secrets and badges. By the way, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by January, and we're so close. So if you want to support this channel, even by just liking this video, it would mean so much. But there's no point in wasting any more of your time. Let's get right into it. The back door. While it has a decent amount of new content, it does not have nearly as much as the other floors do. But that is to be expected because it is a subfloor and it's only 50 doors long. So the biggest new thing that was added is all the new rooms with the vacuum in it. For example, here's one of them where the vacuum is gated off with some things and you can just basically see into the void, basically how you could see the vacuum behind some of the other doors in the back door. And this change makes me think that the vacuum might actually be more important to the lore of Doors than we originally thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and show most of the new rooms here. So I'm sure that's not all the new rooms, but that's all the ones I've found so far. Another one of the changes that they made is now that there's little pieces of garbage all over the ground in some of the rooms like this, where it's just little flat pieces of metal and cardboard. And the final change that they made to the back door, I believe they made the Lookman a little bit more common because I find that I keep getting damaged by him a lot more than I used to. The first thing that we're going to cover here is some of the new rooms. And a lot of the new rooms that they added are just mirrored rooms from rooms that they had before, where basically the exit doors where the enter door would be, or vice versa. But one completely new room that they did and basically overhauled is the new basements, where you have to basically click a lever. I'm going to insert a little bit of gameplay just to show you what it looks like. And in these new basements, we can find a new item, which Elsplash calls the smoothie. And this perfectly transitions us into the next thing that they added, which is new items. And the two new items that they added which are accessible in the hotel are the smoothie and the moonlight float. Basically what the smoothie does is it gives you, whenever you drink it, about, I'd say, 25 health. And the moonlight float, which is accessible by putting the smoothie in the rift, actually gives you a full heal and gives you basically the effect that the guidance candy gave you, which basically lets you see important items through walls with the little guiding light effect. Next, we're going to be talking about the library and Jeff Shop overhaul. Immediately, the cutscene when you first walk into the library features the lights flickering, which never used to happen before, and I think it only used to happen before Hotel Plus. And then you immediately realize that it's a lot bigger than it was before, with a lot more rows of books and little tables behind different rows. And there's a lot more windows. And the actual books that you have to pick up are a little bit different, with now there's a little guiding light moon symbol on them. And just in general, the entire bookshelf models have been completely redone with a lot more detail than they did before. And when you head upstairs, you realize once again it's been changed, with now there's two staircases on both sides of the exit door, but sadly they've been blocked off so you cannot actually get up. And once you're done the library, you realize that the Jeff Shop is not where it was before. It's now quite a few doors later, and it's a completely different room, with hanging lights all over, and it's sort of like a maze with the Jeff Shop's arrows pointing you exactly where to go. Once you get into the shop itself, it's mostly the same except for this little paint can and a few different bookshelves and all that. And one of the last changes that they made is they brought back the Heartbeat minigame in door 50 and 100 with the figure. And they also put the new bookshelf models all around, which makes the room feel totally different. They also added this very new rare entity called Sally, which is basically just a window from before, but it can jump in through the window and serve as a little jump scare. And you can also get two little badges from it called Playtime and Playtime is Over, I think, for crucifying it. Time for floor 2, the mines, which in my opinion definitely has the most amount of changes out of all of the floors, probably because it's the newest and goodest. Yeah. The first new thing I'm going to talk about is the new rooms. So there's new sewer rooms and side rooms and even some rooms that you even need to use shears to get into the first place. The first new room type that they added is not actually a completely new room, it's just a change to a room where basically instead of just being able to get free shears and 2 shear boxes. And now basically what you have to do is you have to use your shears to get into the room in the first place. And they added a new room where it's sort of like a actual sewer with water in the middle and 2 places to walk on each side. And there's also a chance of it having vines on the other side that you need to use shears to get into, which can open up some good loot. And there has been a few new side rooms added. Instead of just being the mines side rooms, it's actually sewer side rooms for the sewers. And this is what it actually looks like. And another thing they did is they made some of the green rooms or like nature rooms that you can find shears in a lot more common, like that one with that little archway made out of stone, and then that one that's like a crossway sort of with the nature in the middle. The next new thing that they added is a new entity called Louie, which is basically a rat or a mouse that comes out of this rare little mouse hole that you can find probably once or twice during a run. Basically what Louie does is it's sort of like the deep sea bunnies from Pressure, even though, yes, I do know that Doris came up with the idea first. Anyway. And what he does is when you drop an item near his little mouse hole, he pops out and he takes your item and gives you a new item that is either better or slightly worse. And it opens up the gates for a few new items like the cheese, the bread, and even the green soda. And yes, green with a W, not green with an R. I don't know why they did. Yeah, green soda. Also, he brings in a few new badges, like the badge for trading with him, the badge for crucifying him, and even the badge for drinking the green soda that he can give you, rarely. Also, they did a little revamp to the first Seek Chase where they made the guiding light a lot easier to follow with a new little particle effect, which kind of looks like wind, so you know exactly what way it's going and it's not as unfair. And then right after the Seek Chase, you go right to the nest, which has gotten some new nerfs and changes. One of the new things is they changed how the room works, where you now don't even have to push the minecart to go through any boards because it's already open. They also changed the layout of that one little crouching area. I'll show a video of it here on screen. And there's also a lot less places where the grumbles can actually fit to be able to get you. And they also made it so that you can see a little bubble through the wall wherever the thing is, and I am sort of open to that, but also I did not mind the old difficulty of it. And the last thing that they also did is they made it so that... sorry, I'm just on a rocking chair, it's kind of scary. They made it so that you don't have to go back and forth to press the button every time, so that you can just stay out into the danger zone instead of having to go back and forth every single time. They also made it so that the Jeff shop now spawns around door 60 instead of right after the nest. And once again, like the hotel, the Jeff shop is completely different with a way cooler entrance to it with the lights and just a few little signs just telling you exactly where to go. And right next to the entrance of it, you can see another area for you to use the shears just to get some more loot and possibly some more money to be able to buy stuff in the shop. And now it's time to talk about the revamped second Seek Chase. I definitely love the new Seek Chase. It's very cool how the grumble is chasing you at the same time, where you have to also kick down the doors. It's a lot more fair, it's a lot easier, and I'm definitely open to the new change. And yeah, you should see some footage of it in the background. One last thing that they added in the mines is just a small change to make sure that you do not cheat in door 200. So instead of having rocks there, it's Seek Goo that goes to the ceiling that you can physically not jump over, so that you can't just cheese your way through door 200 and you actually have to do it normally. So with this update came a lot of new modifiers, like chat control, which allows your chat in the live stream, if you have a live stream, control your game with little votes, which is super cool. By the way, tomorrow we might do a live stream with the new chat feature. Also, you can put in a custom seed so you can get some really cool rare stuff. Hotel Minus is here, which is basically Hotel before Hotel Plus, which is super cool. And they also brought back the Survive the Draco Bloxers game mode. Some inventory-based modifiers like Small Hand let you hold 3 items, and Baby Hands let you only hold 1 item. Smelt It makes it so that the fire damp rooms can spawn in the hotel, and Dealt It makes it so that they spawn a lot. Rush Around makes Rush behave like how he does in the mines, and the Every Angle modifier makes Eyes teleport around like the mines once again. And New Roommate has Hide in the locker you were just in. Run From Him makes Dread spawn earlier, and Destiny even earlier. Blitz-O makes Blitz from the backdoor spawn. Lookman, once again, Lookman can spawn. Vacuum Sealed makes Vacuum be able to spawn behind doors, and Make Haste spawns the levers from the back door in the hotel. Also, there's the admin panel, which has a lot of different features. And by the way, the admin panel can do a lot of different things, like teleport you to the next room, you could fly around, and you can even go into free cam, so you can even see yourself to make cool little cutscenes even if you wanted to. You can spawn pretty much every entity in the game. You can make a custom entity where you could change the picture and the speed. You can give yourself all these different effects, like as many screeches as you want. You can spam the button and end up like me right now. Also, you can give yourself admin, give other players admin. You can give yourself pretty much every item in the game, give yourself gold, change room color, whatever you want to do. Pretty much everything you can think of, you can actually do. And all this for just a price of 300 Robux. Now it's time to talk about some of the smaller things that I really haven't talked about in this video so far. One super secret thing they added is 3 new glitch entities, where basically if you find a super rare glitch fragment, which I have not done so far, one of 3 glitchy entities will spawn. So a different version of Rush, a different version of Ambush, or a ton of glitchy Screeches. And if you survive all of those, you can get a new trial and error badge, which might actually be one of the hardest badges in the game. Speaking of hard badges, a new badge called a hard place for escaping the mines with 150% modifier boost. It might actually be the hardest badge in the game, just because how Hotel Heck used to be the hardest. Doing the same thing, but for the mines, is going to be crazy difficult. Another thing they did is they completely changed the UI in the lobby so that it looks a lot better and it's easier to navigate and switch between different floors. And the load time in general is just a lot better and quicker. But that's everything that they added in the Doors content update. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and maybe even subscribe. Once again, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers, we might even be at 1,000 by the time this video is out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Have an impeccable day, and goodbye.